Well, it didn't take long for Vincent van der Voort to blast his way through to the 5th round of the Kazoo UK Open. He is the first man into the last 32. One of these two will join him. The other one will go out early. And this is a big old tussle. Dimitri van den Bergh and Daryl Gurney. Gurney is in some real form. He's playing some very, very impressive stuff. Dimitri van den Bergh, I think he's looking dangerous. I think he's going to win a major title this year. I think he might win more than one. Difficult thing to say in the current landscape of darts, where there are so many potential winners, but he's convincing me. And he's singing along to Daryl Gurney's walk-on song.
I get the feeling that some of these fans are quite well lubricated coming into tonight.
Look, you're all having a lovely time now, lads. It's a long weekend. Pace yourself. We'll see how loud you are at 12 o'clock tomorrow for the start of round 5.
Not very loud.
Yeah.
Not very loud.
Not very present. It'll still be in the chalet.
Speaking of present, I'm still pinching my leg down, thinking, did that Van der Voort what I mean the game actually happened? Because it felt like it went past, like a bullet train in Tokyo on the way to Mount Fuji. It was so quick.
It was quick. And speaking of bullets, Stephen Bunting has gone through to the 5th round, a 10-4 victory over Mervyn King with an average of almost 96. And he's been quickly joined by the Bolt, Sebastian Bielecki, the teenager from Poland, who was the first player ever to play at the UK Open who was born after the first event. Born in 2003.
Well, that's not depressing.
Yeah. But he has just beaten Richie Edhouse with a 92 average. It's a fabulous day for Sebastian Bielecki.
He's fast becoming the story of the day because he has played properly. It's not just about wins for Sebastian, but the way he's played. He's been very good.
Yeah, I really like the look of Sebastian Bielecki. Hopefully we see a lot more of him. We did tell you when we showed him on this streaming board that he was second in the averages list, only to Josh Rock on the development tour after the opening weekend.
81.
Dimitri van den Bergh knocks off the 81 to leave himself on 100 checkout. Gurney starting down the board because 519 to leave 170. But he just hits 9 of them instead.
171.
I think we're getting an early indication here of what this game could deliver. It's like ordering a mystery box from Amazon. This one's going to be good. There's more proof of it.
Dude, this game jumped out at me when the draw was made because I think both of these guys are playing very, very well. And I don't think, because they're not in the Premier League, Dimitri van den Bergh went out early at the World Championship despite averaging 102. I actually think that they've been overlooked a little bit in just the quality of the play they've been putting together. If Daryl Gurney just goes and sticks like a big sort of slaphead wig on Dimitri van den Bergh and pretends that he's Michael van Gerwen, he is bound to average 108. That's what he does every time he runs into MVG over the last few months. He's just turned it on. The problem is, the next round, he hasn't quite been averaging that much and somebody will beat him.
What's interesting for me is that I'm of the same mindset as you with Gurney playing against Van Gerwen, but he's never really had a problem playing against Michael. He's got loads in the bank. We could go back to 2016 when he beat him in the German Darts Championship in Hildesheim, and you think, he didn't even have 2 healthy hands.
Yes.
And he still beat the best player of this generation.
Well, and look, there aren't many people at peak Van Gerwen who beat him in major finals. Daryl Gurney is one of them. He did it here. It is a very, very impressive CV. He does have a very good record against Dimitri as well. 6 wins out of their 8 meetings. But Dimitri has won the last 2. One of them was in the most recent Pro Tour weekend, in the quarterfinals. Dimmy only averaged 108.5 in that.
I remember that game. That was something special.
I'm not sure if you remember him playing at the Winter Series back at the end of 2020, though, where he beat him averaging 111. So,
oh boy. All right, double 16 it is. And he looks really good, doesn't he? If Gurney's going to get a win against this guy tonight, he's going to have to find that 111 range by the looks of it.
Yeah, we're just looking at it. So over there, a 6-1 win back at that Winter Series end of 2020. 6-5 it was. I mean, Gurney averaged 102 in that game. So I reckon over the last 20 legs that these two guys have played across 2 and a bit games, Dimitri Vandenberg is probably averaging 110. So,
92.
ouch. Yeah.
Notice that Dimitri's using a set of barrels now with the Belgian flag on there. Somewhat alienating a lot of people from buying that set if they don't like Belgium.
Who doesn't like Belgium?
97.
Good question, actually. We just love everybody. But Gurney has not changed anything in
83.
all of his PDC career. Those barrels are the same.
Correction. He went to a Euro Tour. He used some new darts.
The black darts.
Yeah, they lasted 4 legs. He was 4-0 down. He changed them and won the game. We've never seen him again.
There you go. He has gone for the white flights now and again, but this is what he likes. These glittery looking things. Smaller standard flight, medium stem, and these long barrels with the slight taper at the end.
100.
Hey, if it's not broken, don't fix it, you know?
Oh, he's very good with them. Very, very good. And one of the things that he's sort of working his way back into his game is that 180 hitting. He was one of the very best in the world for quite some time. It sort of dropped away.
One of the problems he has had in the past as well is that dart, which is delivered short.
96.
When he fixes that, he's
108.
much more dangerous. It's usually because of a late release, or the arm just gets extended a little bit too early.
Double top for 108 and a 3-0 lead.
88.
Oh, he drags that down a little bit. Daryl Gurney would love to be looking at double 5 in a couple of darts' time. You take a bull. Bull it is. Gurney's on the board. Absolutely plumb.
Thing of beauty there from Super Chin.
Game on.
I actually prefer when Daryl Gurney plays on this board, not just because I love watching him play, but because he doesn't get his walk-on song.
Well, I mean, he did, sort of. Dimitri was singing it, but yeah, it's certainly not as protracted.
This has got to be a 180. Oh, how has he done that?
I'd have given him the extra 40 points. I think we could have an absolute stormer of a game. Because Daryl Gurney is not going to give in. He is playing very, very well. I do feel, I was asked today to pick who would go and win it, and if there was a dark horse. I thought I could get away with saying Dimitri Vandenberg, and he might count as a dark horse.
92.
Didn't.
I said Gurney.
Well, the thing is, Gurney was another one that I'd have been tempted, and throwing these two together, I think, is an absolute wonder for all of us.
108.
There's going to be plenty more of those, that's for sure. Gurney's going to have to be really careful here on 269. May need the 19s, and does.
99.
I think, looking back at that very quick first match of the night with Watermina and Van der Voort, we said that the pace suited them both. But the same can be said for these two because they play at the same tempo.
140.
Yeah, they do. And I think that
170.
they're both not shy of just taking a moment and composing themselves. Gurney plays with a bit of anger and a bit of fire. Dimitri is all about calm. That's how he wants to play the game. But in terms of the pace and the rhythm, they are very similar, you're right.
Yeah, I would actually call him something else. But let's look at it and see what he does on tops.
42.
I wouldn't call him Dimitri Vandenberg. I'd call him Dimitri Van Zenberg.
Hey, I didn't know where he was going with that, but he actually pulled out of the fire, didn't he? I'm as surprised as you. Double 18.
92.
Would have been a level game.
You require 40.
You don't expect Dimitri to miss 3 darts at double. Well, I don't. Maybe you do. I was right.
Dimitri Vandenberg. The flag is Dimitri to throw first.
Can't be many Belgian people living in Leicestershire, right?
Oh, you can't. Massive Belgian community. You can't move for waffle houses.
Really?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. No, no.
I love how you went straight for the waffles
Yeah, that's.
instead of the beer angle.
Yes, that's true.
I've been to Bruges once, and boy, oh boy, they've got a beer culture in Bruges. Oh, that's spectacular. That is a sign of what's to come for Gurney. Not just in this match, but for the season. When he's getting those points that close, that's a hugely impressive sign.
140.
I'm just so glad this is best of 19 and it wasn't a round 3 match. Obviously, these guys wouldn't be coming in at round 3, but just getting a long format game, or pretty long format for these two in the form they're in, we should get something good. I mean, I know we're only in the 5th leg, but Daryl Gurney is averaging close to 105. Dimitri van den Bergh is averaging close to 117. Wow.
He's in that zone, isn't he?
Well, I think it's no surprise to see this sort of stuff. I mean, it'd be obviously a surprise if Dimitri van den Bergh, at the end of this game, after like 17 or 18 legs, is averaging 117. It'd be a surprise if anybody was averaging 117 after 18 legs.
I think the record for this tournament is still 118.66. Bull. Oh, I'm surprised he missed it.
Daryl 124.
I'll come back to that 118 average in a second. Because Gurney is going to scare the bull, is he? No, it's double 11. 124 in game.
102. Dimitri required 25.
This crowd attentive, and they know what they're watching. It's very special. Double 8. And it's now 4-1 to van den Bergh, and Gurney's going to have to find something now before we have a break in 5 legs time. Now, that 118 average of Philip Douglas Taylor.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
He beat a certain Kevin Painter 8 legs to 0 when he set that record. Somewhat spiteful 8-0 that was.
How is your luck?
45.
Well, he finally got one back on him at the Circus Tavern recently.
He did. Was Phil anywhere near that 118 mark?
No.
180.
Concentrated stuff from Gurney and the lipstick there. Now, at 4-1 down, what are you thinking for after leg 10?
22.
Now, you obviously want to win every leg. Against someone averaging what Dimitri's averaging, that's not going to happen. But realistically, Gurney's thinking right now, if I can be 6-4 down at the break, I'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, well, he's got the darts here, hasn't he? So 5. You think hold every time. That gets me to 4 and 1 break. I could get in 5 all here. I think Gurney will know I'm playing well here. I am playing well. And when you're playing this well, his average is up at 106. When you're playing this well, you think, I'm going to get chances. He cannot keep playing this well all the way through the game. He might, and he might get absolutely crucified. But he won't give up. He battles Daryl Gurney.
No panic on this one. And he takes care of the leg without any fuss whatsoever. 6 legs in, and I can't take my eyes off it. I haven't checked my stats screen. I haven't checked the world rankings. I'm just glued to this match. That's how good it is. If we are looking at the world rankings at the start of this 7th leg,
55.
Gurney, with prize money taken away from 2 years ago, he's currently 22nd in the world, and Dimitri is around the 8th spot. But he does have the money from the World Match Play to defend this summer.
139.
It's a big old chunk.
Do you think there are 21 darts players in the world better than Daryl Gurney?
No.
Well, I mean, I like to. Yeah, I immediately think, well, of course not. Particularly the way he's playing at the minute. But then I also look around and I think there's an awful lot of really good dart players around, you know. It's just so. Daryl Gurney, the number 22 in the world, is regularly taking the game to Michael van Gerwen and friends and posting these sorts of numbers and giving him real problems.
One thing that I like about Gurney's season so far is that he's averaging 95. Now, you can average 95 for the season, pick up multiple titles, and beat lots of players. And so far this year, he's just putting in so much over the 90 mark. He's not having bad games at all. Great second dart. Great surgical stuff. But this, for Van den Bergh, I've got a funny feeling this is going to be hit.
Well, he had a go at this earlier on. He missed double top for the 108. Double 16.
76.
Judging by the accuracy of some of the shots we've seen in this match so far, that was a wide. That would be 2 arms out from Dickie Bird. Double 8. Can't miss this. Oh, it's an unkind deflection. Van den Bergh is going to be licking his lips
to make sure that he does not trail at the break. It is a holder throw for Dimitri Van den Bergh. He has 5 of the 10 legs he needs. The averages, 106 Dimitri, 104 to Daryl.
Yeah, Daryl Gurney's had 286 averages this season in ranked events. That's his lowest average. Against Fabian Schmutzler last week at the International Darts Open, and a little bit earlier on in the season in a Players' Championship event against Luke Humphreys, which he lost. Only a couple of other occasions, in fact there's only 3 to be exact, where he's been under 90. The rest of it is 90 plus, most of it high 90s, and he's had ton plus averages in there as well.
But the weird thing with Daryl Gurney, he's never been a prolific winner of titles. He's got a Euro Tour, he's got 2 major titles. I think he's only got 2 more Pro Tour titles. I would have to check that, but he's not got bags and bags and bags of titles. It's not like an Ian White or a Ratajski who just accumulate titles when they're playing their best. But what he does do, he gets to big TV events and he wins games. He beats big name players. He can go on runs, and there was a 2-year period. Daryl Gurney was in the quarterfinals and the semi-finals of everything. He was world number 3, and justifiably world number 3.
He's got 2 Players' Championship wins, 1 in 2017, 1 in 2019, 1 Euro Tour and 2 majors. At one point, he was a bit of a running joke, really, that he'd only won 1 Players' Championship event and 2 majors.
Yeah.
He was like the Brooks Koepka of darts.
Yeah, because he's kind of a big stage player, and he's got such a brilliant level. I mean, of course, remember, former Premier League player, made the playoffs as well, and very nearly beat Marco van Gerwen in the semi-finals. Could have been a Premier League champion as well. And the Premier League, as we know, you don't get to the playoffs by fluke. Dimitri Van den Bergh didn't get to the playoffs last year. Is he going to get the 144? Oh, next door!
He really is in a zone. That didn't faze him or flinch him 1 little millimetre. Now he's on double 7. And he's fortunate that he's got the luxury of splitting this now. I think he'll go single 6. Oh, what do I know? He's looking south. I don't know about this. Well, he gets it here anyway. It's a mark of confidence that no matter what double it is, he's just going to go for it.
Well, Daryl Gurney would have taken 6-4 down at the break, Paul Nicholson said a few minutes ago. He would bite your hand off for 6-4 down at the break now.
55.
He missed a dart in the 5th leg. He missed 2 darts in the 7th leg, Daryl Gurney. But Dimitri has played at such a level in this match that Gurney is having to take every chance he gets just to keep up with the Belgian.
One of the other things about Daryl Gurney that we tend to forget is that he's won the Tom Kirby Memorial twice. And there's only one other player who's done that. Do you know who it is?
Willie O'Connor?
No.
He's only won it once.
He's just won it the once. So I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I like being put on the spot. Mick McGowan.
There you go.
There it is, the magnet.
100.
Here's a guy I miss. He was winning titles before I even turned pro. Great player.
100.
Well, it's very, very good. It's a third 180 for Daryl Gurney. 6 in the match so far, evenly shared between the pair of them.
Why does it feel like there's been more than 5 in this match? We truly are being spoilt tonight on board 2, and if you are choosing to watch this board over, let's say, another board,
100.
well, more power to you, because you know what you're doing.
Yeah, like I think you might be looking at the eventual champion on Sunday night here. Double top for a 160.
140.
I, like you, Dan, thought that was that. I fancy this has got to go. I know he likes double 16, but the 42 was the shot. And if Vandenberg does get to 8-2, I don't see a way back for Gurney, not with his power.
Not even Daryl Gurney is coming back from 8-2 against Dimitri Vandenberg in this kind of form. I just don't. It can't happen. 7-3. I'll give him a sniff. And it is 7-2. So Daryl Gurney has to hold throw before the break. Dimitri Vandenberg is averaging more than 102. He's at 3 180s. He's 46% on the checkouts. He's taken out 100. But look at the things he's nearly done. He's missed the double for a 108 twice. He's missed the bull for a 132. He's missed double 12 for a 144 and double top for a 160. He is little margins away from averaging 110 and being 9-0 up here.
140.
Too often in the past, Vandenberg has put in this huge performance and then been a complete shadow of himself the following day. But those kind of performances don't tend to come around much anymore. He's cracked the consistency thing, and spectacular is just the norm. Well, more often than not for Vandenberg.
43.
He hasn't got that much attention. All the talk of late has been of Wright and Price and Clayton and Van Gerwen. But I think Dimitri Vandenberg, well, look, I'll put it this way. He's won more in terms of titles, and he's played better than the likes of Gary Anderson, who's in the Premier League at the minute, and holding his own. He's playing all right.
And what Dimitri's doing right now is he's maintaining a level of intensity. He wants 8-2, and he'll get it if he finds the ball. The line was spot on. Well, if Gurney's got any chance in this match, he's got to hit this.
Single 18 for tops. Oh my, he's missed the big number. It is a lazy, silly mistake. And it's one that you can't afford to give. Because Dimitri Vandenberg, this has to go, doesn't it? For 8-2. And it does go. And Dimitri Vandenberg is dominating this one against super chin Daryl Gurney, who has played some excellent stuff at times, but has been firmly put in his place. Vandenberg leads 8-2 in a race to 10, and to be honest, he could have won this already if he just hit any of those doubles at the end of a whole host of massive combination outshots. It is a brilliant display from the Belgian, and surely it's only a matter of time before he goes into the hat for the next round. Well, the crowd here at Reds have been treated to a very special display from Dimitri Vandenberg. Daryl Gurney was running full pelt just to keep pace with him in the early stages, but it has been relentless from Dimitri. Not sure if you might have heard from the crowd there. Someone's offered some really helpful advice to Daryl. Pull your finger out, which, I mean, I suppose, mate, he might turn around and just go, oh, right, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. It's not the bloke averaging 102 and hitting everything against me that's the issue. I just wasn't trying hard enough. But it is going to take one hell of a comeback if Super Chin is going to do this. 8-2 down. Dimitri Vandenberg with the darts. We have already seen Damon Heta, Sebastian Bielecki, Martin Schindler, Stephen Bunting, Ryan Searle and Neil Zonneveld book their places in the next round. That's on the outer boards. We'd seen Vincent van der Voort win here. Michael Smith has won on the main stage. It looks like Dimitri van den Bergh is going to join them.
I would be flabbergasted if Gurney wants to get probably the 5 legs here, because what we've seen from van den Bergh has been destructive. He looks almost in a bad mood, as if he's not going to accept anything short of incredible.
Well, the thing is, Dimitri van den Bergh, as well as he has played in this game, and he has played very, very well, he'll walk away from this going, it could have been even better. I mean, I've missed so many darts. I could have had in 3 legs running, in fact 4 legs running, he's missed the double for a 108, a 144, a 160 and a 164. And even then, he was so far ahead in those legs, Gurney only got darts to win 1 of them. 180 number 4 for the Northern Irishman.
And he needed that one just to get to a finish.
We needed it, but don't rule out Dimitri van den Bergh being on a very makeable finish here. Even a 116 is gettable.
Well, the way he's playing 156 is very gettable.
Well, yeah, exactly. He'll miss the double for it, come back and clear it up anyway.
Just watch for this first start from Dimitri. The best approach from Daryl. But if the first start is in the top half of this 60, this should go.
What is he muttering to himself? Is he muttering, hit the double this time? Hit the double this time, Dimitri.
138.
Just not meant to get a big finish today, is he?
78.
Well, this definitely has to go, Daryl. Tops is clear. Tops is not hit. Nothing is going Super Chin's way. And van den Bergh didn't split double 7. He's eyeing up double 9. And doesn't need to split anything. When he's getting his second bite of the cherry is gobbled.
Well, we've seen that story repeatedly in this game. Dimitri van den Bergh on a massive check out. 2 trebles, misses the double, and then is allowed back to the board to tidy it up.
It's relentless. And the funny thing is, it looks better than the average states at 102. That's 180 number 4 for Dimitri now. They've got 4 each. And that's pretty much the only department where Daryl Gurney's been able to live with him.
Well, it's demoralising, isn't it? If your opponent is not letting up. Well, the first 5 or 6 legs, Dimitri's averaging 115. And Daryl is trying to stick with him. But as the scoreline, the gap between them just increases because Dimitri continues to operate at this elite level. And Gurney's just faded a little. There's still some life in him, as you can see, but I don't think he believes he can turn this around.
This has been so good that it makes me think. My best TV performance in a straight star game, not double star, I won 10-2 with 101.8 average. That's not far from what Dimitri's doing right now. I find it inconceivable that I actually played that well. But I think this game could be finished 10-2 because van den Bergh, who has not had a massive out in this game, he has had 100 check out. He could finish this off right here.
And finish it off he does. Time after time, Dimitri van den Bergh threatened a massive checkout and couldn't get it done. But he has battered Daryl Gurney here in Minehead. A 10-2 win, an average of more than 103. And you might have just seen the opening game for the 2022 UK Open champion. Because if Dimitri van den Bergh continues to play like that, then I think it's going to be very difficult to stop him. Dimitri progresses, Gurney goes out. It is the defending champion we'll see next as James Wade gets his campaign underway against Scuba Steve Lennon.